Right, what's happening? Different scenery. As you can see, the beautiful Albanian flag is next to us. Next to us, behind me. I'm in Mongols' house, and obviously the Premier League season did officially finish yesterday, 26th of July, 2020. Now, basically, I do want to thank my cousin for this. If you want to, do you want to introduce yourself?
Yeah, I'm alright.
You're cool. All right, mate. He's got a Twitch, so I'll put him in the description. I've just been rejected, but anyways. No, anyways, I do want to thank him because basically I didn't actually know. I didn't check the Premier League table last night to see to memorise the position of each team. Yes, I know bad video preparation and blah 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 blah, but basically my cousin Max, he's using his phone so I can check the Premier League table. Now, so the season did end yesterday in July, believe it or not. It's been a weird season. Unfortunately, a very shocking one for my team, Arsenal. But anyways, let's get on with the video. So, we're going to go from 20th to 1st. And I'm going to just give my honest assessment of all of these teams' seasons. Some have done very well, some have not done the best, and some have been better than the rest. One team has been better than the rest, and that's it. But we'll get onto them in a minute. So, we're starting from the bottom place, Norwich, who did finish 20th with only 21 points. Listen, they've been terrible, let's be fair. They didn't really have the squad at the start of the season. Norwich were one of the teams that I did predict to go down this season, and they have. Listen, Norwich, they were, Pukki, at the start of the season when they beat Man City, everyone thought that, listen, Pukki's going to get them. He's gonna keep them up, but I just knew that as soon as his goals eventually would dry up, that, Norwich were a bit fucked, to be honest. But yeah, for Norwich, I think that going down in the Championship, it's not really necessarily the worst thing, because they can sell some of their players, get reinvest that into the squad, get a few more young players. I think that a season in the Championship will be very necessary for them. Listen, they get the money, so for being in the Premier League, so they'll be fine. Do I think that will they go up next season? I don't think they will. I don't know. We'll have to wait and see. It was a bit of a shock when they did get up the season before. Are we calling it last season now? Are we saying that? Because if it is, then fair enough. But anyways, Watford, who finished 19th. Massive failure for Watford this season. They invested a lot in the summer. I mean, they bought Ismail Assar. They already had some good players. Deeney. They bought Welbeck on a free. Got Pereira, Decore, Capu, Foster, Dawson. They bought him as well. They've invested a lot and done very bad. Chopping and changing managers. Constant confusion. And I think Watford have deserved. They've been the masters of their own demise, basically, by sacking managers, not really sticking with one. 2 games to go and they sacked Nigel Pearson, who did a really good job, considering the fact that they were 8th when he took them in December, and he managed to get 26 points. I do want to apologise for the background screaming. That's my 7-year-old cousin acting like an absolute nutter, as always. One day she'll not be as annoying. But anyways, let's proceed with the video. But yeah, so Watford have failed massively this year, and I don't really know if they can go up next season. I think if they had Pearson, I think they would have probably got up next season in the Championship. They would have bounced back. But Jesus, I don't know who will they appoint? That's the thing. Will they keep this caretaker? Because they chop and change managers as if it's nothing, which is mad to me. But anyways, Bournemouth as well, relegated. Very, very bad season for them. They have a good squad, and I think they should stick with Eddie Howe. Too little, too late for Bournemouth. They tried near the tail end of the season. Bad results where their players they jacked it in at the half. From December to February, they were shocking, and I never thought Bournemouth would get relegated. I thought that they would have a decent enough squad to stay up, but their players, no effort from their players, and they paid the ultimate price. I think they will go up next season. I think that they'll bounce back with Eddie Howe as long as they keep him. I think I think some of their players will stay. They'll be loyal. So yeah, moving on to Aston Villa, who have stayed up. magnificent achievement for Aston Villa. To be fair, they spent a lot of money in the summer, and you know, it ends up being their home boy Jack Grealish, who is pretty much attributed to the reason why they have stayed up. Arsenal have single-handedly kept Aston Villa up. We lost to Villa, give them 3 points, and then we beat Watford for them. So I think they should give us a few million, to be fair, in compensation. Now, all jokes aside, Aston Villa have done. It's a good achievement for them, because I didn't think I thought that after that loss against Man United, I thought they were done. To be honest, and the fact that they've stayed up, fair play to them. Now, above them, West Ham, very, very big failure this season. Even though they have managed to stay up, the fact that they were even in a relegation battle in the first place is quite shocking, to be honest. They've been, David Moyes has done a very good job, considering, because I think that had they kept Pellegrini, they were going straight down. They've invested a lot, and West Ham, in these last few years have underachieved massively. They're invested in players. They just don't seem to be able to get the right sort of formula. I think they should stick with Moyes, because I think Moyes with a full season will probably do a lot better than 16th, with that squad at least. Anyways, Brighton ahead of them. Now, Brighton have probably a very good season for them in terms of their points. I think that was the most amount of points they've ever got in a Premier League season. I personally felt as if that Brighton would go down. The three teams I'd picked for relegation were Norwich, Sheffield United and Brighton. And the fact that Brighton have stayed up very well, fair play to them. It depends really next season, because obviously it'll be Graham Potter's second season. What will they really do? Will they push to maybe towards 12th, 11th, 13th, sort of them positions? Or are they going to just stay in the same position, happy with Premier League survival? God knows really, you'll have to wait and see. Crystal Palace ahead of them as well. Crystal Palace, to be fair, and I'm going to add Newcastle into this. Both teams with very similar point. I think, Newcastle only have one more point than Palace. And to be fair, both teams, they did all right this season in terms of before they secured their safety. As soon as they haven't, as soon as they've done it, then they've actually been on relegation form. Both teams have been shocking in these last few games. And listen, if both sets of fans will be worried if they start next season the way they've ended this one, they're going to be worried because they have shown relegation form. But we'll wait and see. Palace should stick with Hodgson, I think, for one more season. Depends when he retires. And if the takeover doesn't happen for Newcastle, I think that I personally feel as if that Newcastle should definitely stick with Steve Bruce. Even though, let's be honest, he's not done a better job than Rafa. He's managed to stabilise Newcastle for this season. But if the takeover happens, Newcastle should look for better managers, let's be honest. He's done a good job, don't get me wrong, but people saying that he's done a better job than Rafa, absolute lot of rubbish. Because Rafa is the main reason why Newcastle are even back in the Premier League anyway. Single-handedly got them up. Being loyal, but that's another video for another day. Anyways, ahead of them, Everton. A very, very bad season for them, really. To finish 12th. This is actually the first time in Carlo Ancelotti's 25-year managerial career that he's finished in the bottom half of a table. So, there's a lot of things that Everton will have to improve on the next season. I do think that they should definitely stick with Ancelotti. He's a proven winner. And I think that he will actually... he could probably get Everton some silverware. You can never rule him out. He's a good manager still. Southampton. Now, after the 9-0 battering that Leicester gave them, Southampton have actually picked up more points in the league ever since then. Leicester picked up 42. Southampton have picked up 44. So Southampton have done very, very well for themselves. Danny Ings has been banging the goals in, doing a great job. And Hassan Huttle's done a very, very good job, because everyone thought after that 9-0, they're done. They're going to get relegated. And it was embarrassing, to be honest. But they've done well for themselves. So, good on Southampton. In 10th, Burnley. Burnley have done what Burnley pretty much do every season, actually. To be fair, compared to last season, definite improvement for Burnley, in my opinion. Last season, they were in a bit of a relegation battle. This season, they never really seemed threatened by relegation at any point. They seem to be one of these Premier League teams now that it seems as if for the next few years they're going to be a a team that will maintain a position in the Prem, in my personal opinion. Now, Sheffield United, a team that I did have pipped for relegation, and listen, Chris Wilder, brilliant season for him. They did sort of tail off at the end of the season, if I'm being honest. They were sixth at one point with a massive chance of getting Champions League football, but they finished ninth. And you know, they've done very well though. They will have to invest in the summer because they need a goal scorer, and I don't know if they'll be able to do the same thing they've done this season, next season. I don't know. I think they'll have to get a goal scorer in my opinion. So yeah, Arsenal, my team, of course. The worst Arsenal season I've ever seen, ever since I've started supporting the club. You know, it's been absolutely shocking. We've lost and drawn 24 games overall. Very, very bad. Listen, Mikel Arteta, definitely give him time. He's a great manager. And, you know, it's... I think that, yeah, he deserves a full 2 seasons he deserves with this team. Because it is Emery's team and he managed to get it 8th. So, could we have done better? A lot better. The draws need to be less next season. And they need to be more wins. But I will do a full video about Arsenal in the next few days, to be fair. Wolves finishes 7th. Very good. Very good season for them, considering that at the start of the season they were shocking. And, you know, after that, they've done well for themselves. So big up Wolves. Right, we're about to change scenery. So let's carry on anyway. Basically, Wolves. So the start of the season, Wolves were terrible. It seemed as if they had a bit of a European hangover. But from December onwards, they've done very well. They've picked up a few wins, a good few wins, and sort of beaten the teams that they should be beating, especially during the start of Project Restart. And yeah, Wolves have ended up 7th. I think, were they 6th last season? I don't know. But anyways, let's carry on. Spurs finished 6th. Now, considering that Mourinho did take them when they were 14th to now, you know, he's done alright, but I don't personally believe that Jose Mourinho will get Spurs winning the Premier League title or even challenging like Pochettino did on a couple of occasions. Spurs has been a shocking season for them. They've had a lot of turmoil. Pochettino got sacked mid-season. And Mourinho's done okay. They've still had some embarrassing results, but what can you do? Now, moving on to Leicester City, who, let's be fair, Leicester City at the start of the season, if you'd have said to their fans you're going to get 5th place, they would have probably snapped your hands off. They would have been very, very happy. But considering that at the start of the year, they were 14 points ahead of Man United and 8 points ahead of Chelsea, who have now managed to finish above them. Leicester were 3rd, and everyone was banging on about them being a potential title contender somewhere at some point in this season. Ever since the start of the year, they've been shocking. They've dropped a lot of points, to be honest. And I don't know, I said before that, yeah, Southampton, ever since the 9-0 loss, they picked up more points than Leicester have ever since then. So yeah, a bit of a failure for Leicester this season, considering the fact that, you know, they were 3rd for a lot of the season. And, you know, that's something that Brendan Rodgers is going to have to work on, definitely, because if they want to be getting the Champions League places, if they want to end up challenging for the Premier League title, you can't be doing that. You can't be dropping off the way they have. 4th, Chelsea. Now, let's be fair. I'm going to just quickly round it up. Chelsea have done very well, considering that they lost their best player. Frank Lampard had a transfer ban, and they are investing in players. They've already bought Werner, Ziyech. Going to be a threat next year. I do think that they have to buy a goalkeeper and a centre-back, though. But we'll have to wait and see. So, yeah, Chelsea 4th. Very good season for them. Man United 3rd. Very good season, considering their start of the season, which was abysmal, which was terrible. Ever since they bought Bruno in, they've been great. They've been very, very good. And Pogba came back during the restart, and I think that's what's helped them push them over the line in the end. Of course, Lingardinho as well, scoring the goal that sealed Leicester's fate yesterday. But Martial, Rashford have stepped up this season, scoring 34 goals between them. You know, they've done very well. Now, Man City, who finished on 81 points, 18 points behind the champions Liverpool, who finished on 99. Man City have been they've been, Man City have still shown their quality. 81 points for a team finishing second isn't half bad, but they lost 9 games. 9 games where, listen, if you want to win the league, you've got to, I think the maximum games you can lose is probably 4 or 5 maybe, in my personal opinion. So the fact that they lost 9 shows that, they are where they are for a reason. They're better than everyone else, but they weren't better than Liverpool. So Man City are definitely going to have to invest in the summer if Pep Guardiola wants to reclaim that Premier League title. And you know what I find personally mental is that a lot of Man City's players individually have done very, very well this season. Kevin De Bruyne, Mahrez has done well this year for me. Sterling's been good in a lot of patches. They've been great. Obviously, Ederson won the Golden Glove. I do think that Ederson's performance-wise, he's probably better last season, but whatever. It's Man City are going to have to buy a lot of players, or they're going to have to invest in certain places. Because now with David Silva leaving, Sane's left, they are going to have to add someone in at least. Obviously, you've got Phil Foden, who I do think that will be a great player in the future. But I think they need an outlet on the wing. Because I think without Sane this season, they have missed him a lot. But the champions, Liverpool FC, who didn't actually invest in the summer, I think they got Adrian on a free, and I think they got Harvey Elliott, and I think that was it. And they've blitzed the league completely by 18 points. So, obviously, congratulations to Liverpool. There's nothing else you can really say other than fair play. They've been amazing. They've been immense. Will they win it again next season? Very good question. I personally think that they need to invest because, after they won the league, they sort of, went, they had a few games where it seemed as if not only were they on the lash, but defensively, they weren't very organised, conceding 3 goals to Chelsea the other day. And obviously we beat them as well. Arsenal beat them 2-1 after only having 2 shots on target. But yeah, Liverpool have done very well. The rightful winners of the Premier League. They've done immense. What else can you say? So yeah, that is my Premier League final review. I do want to upload a video about Arsenal in the near future. Probably in the next few days. I do want to apologise for no uploading the last week. I've been a bit lazy, not going to lie. And yeah, I do want to try and hit 150 subs by the end of the month. If that is possible, that would be a very good achievement for me personally. But yeah, I will see you later. Like, subscribe, and peace.